How's your week going over there?
Pretty good. Um I'm one of those lucky people that have get to go snowboarding a couple times a week. I love that.
No way. That's
Yeah.
really cool. I didn't know that was going on up there. But I guess there is skiing, so snowboarding would make sense.
And we're having a real winter too. Um this area usually has some snow, but then it'll melt you know, um and kind of vary during the whole winter. But here it stayed cold and the snow is accumulated.
Wow. Yeah, you wouldn't know it here. It's just this constant 60 degrees or whatever it is.
Wow.
We did
Yeah.
get a little bit of rain here and there, so it's moist. Yeah, I've been on out on the beach a good amount lately.
But the water's too cold to go in, right? Without a wetsuit.
I don't think it's that cold. I'm gonna try to
Oh,
start going in. I went in, I
oh,
put my toes in yesterday and it wasn't bad at all. And when I
wow.
woke up last morning, I watched somebody, almost like role modeling going in. So he did his, gymnastics exercises and then, he just went in. So if like he can do it, I think I can do it too. It was also good to see that, the waves did come over his head, but he was able to kind of stay put. So I guess it helps get over the fear of getting washed out. So I guess like you're not going to get washed out over there for whatever reason.
Oh,
Um,
I think those are called rip currents.
yeah, I mean, so there are pretty big waves, but it's kind of it's theoretically in a bay. So there are some islands, I don't know, maybe a couple of miles out, these Channel
Oh,
Islands. So there
oh.
shouldn't be like, I guess, like super dramatic waves, but the waves still are significant anyway. Um, so
And you were mentioning the whales. Are there orcas also? The man-eating whales or
they're sharks, but I
uh,
think they're small sharks. I haven't heard of there being like
oh,
really big sharks.
uh-huh. I fear sharks. So big and sharp teeth.
Totally. But I think it's mainly just a lot of dolphins and regular whales that are there.
Cool.
Yeah. So let's begin this morning. I do have kind of a lot of running around to do, a lot of motorcycling around to get things done. And I mean, I was just switch this around. There's this really interesting dog that like looks like a lion. See if I can. Well, let me see. So,
Oh,
so
can I
that.
just ask you, did you start the recording or did I forget to turn
I
it
did
off?
start it. Yeah.
Okay, good. I
Yeah. This
forget
dog
if
looks pretty wild.
it
Very
does.
interesting.
Yeah. Wow. I mean,
Okay.
is that a real mane, I wonder, or
I guess it's the real fur, and he trimmed everything around it. It's
oh,
what it
wow.
looks like. That's pretty
Ah.
pretty interesting. Yeah, on the motorcycle tips, I really appreciated your emails. I'm gonna keep looking at bikes. For the meantime, I'm kind of sticking with I'm sticking with what I have tentatively. I'm gonna do the repairs. So it needs a steering bearing replaced, then I'm gonna do that, and then at that point, I feel like it is in really good shape because like both the tires are recently replaced, the chain's replaced, and I feel like once
Get
that
your
bearing is
money.
replaced, exactly, like
Yeah.
I could ride that all over the place, um,
Yeah.
and it's riding really nice right now with those new
Ooh.
tires.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like
No.
it's a really nice, it's a really nice ride, and the suspension is fantastic.
Did
So
did the vibration of the handlebars decrease or
So
something?
that the thing is, it's like I put in time to manually do that. So I took off the handlebars. I put in rubber around that. Like I ordered something thin rubber silicon piece off Amazon. I put that in, and then I lowered the handlebars too, which maybe seemed to help. I put these grip puppies on it, so it's kind of like I've set up I've set up the bike, and then I got these large Vario cases on the sides. I got them used. I put it on, so now and there's a bag on top of it. So it's kind of like it's set up. It's holding all of that. I have like the electric charging stuff. So I mean, I could definitely go to a new bike, but then like all of that setup and like learning about the bike and all of that would be repeated. Now it may make sense to go to another bike, and that's why I'm continuing to look at stuff. And in fact, there's this Yamaha. I think it's a Yamaha Concourse, and I may have got that name wrong, but I'm going to try to see that next week. And that looks like it has some good cargo space too, and it's lower to the ground. So I think theoretically, it would definitely make sense to go to a different bike. The thing is, or at least consider it. But the thing is, it would just have to match like a lot of different things, and gas mileage is one of them. So then that also becomes a factor with the BMW. It's kind of a balance between it gets like decent gas mileage, not the best, but it's still good, and then it has enough power. It kind of has enough power for the highway. It doesn't have as much as I would want, but it's not as less as the bikes that would really save on gas. So it's kind of at this balanced spot, um, and it's set up. Like the issue is when you get into replacing these BMW parts. So
Oh.
10, 20,000 miles from now, I don't want to be there doing that. So that's a consideration. Getting into replacing BMW parts, the fact that like I'm getting experience with this now because replacing that steering stem, there's a couple of little bolts, and ordering those from the dealer taking 2 weeks to arrive from Germany. Like all that stuff is stuff that I'm learning about. So like I'm learning a
Mhm.
lot about this. I still think it's a great bike to learn on because it's been very forgiving. But I think at this point, after being on it and putting in, um, and maybe it's even getting close to 12,000 miles or at least over 10,000 miles. Like I feel like I could handle the kind of bikes we're talking about um, at this point. Um, but but yeah, it could be like going another 10,000 miles or another 3 months or something, like getting the use out of those tires. And in the meantime, like really researching and figuring out, is it something like a V-Strom, which is getting really good gas mileage, but is higher up, or I think Honda has something like this GTX 750, which gets amazing gas mileage. So these bikes, it can get like 60, 70, like ideally, yeah, maybe with all that baggage, maybe 60 miles a gallon. Whereas the BMW should get 58, but now it's getting 42 with all that stuff on it. So it's like that, that might be the thing. It wouldn't be as good to drive as the bikes we're talking about. So something like lower that has that, 1300 cc's would be probably optimal to drive on. But then I have to consider the gas mileage too. And those bikes, then that's the issue over there. But I think it's like this is the time to explore and kind of figure out that piece, and then basically be ready.
Now, I had a thought of like, uh, it, do you have the means to purchase like an acre somewheres where you can stash your belongings that you're
I,
not?
I just use public land to stash. I wouldn't like purchase Snaker to stash. Like, so I do find when I need to stash stuff because I can't keep stuff on the bike, I like find somewhere on like public
Oh, to
lands
hide
and
it?
I put stuff there. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh. Hmm.
So I do have like, a small amount of stuff like up in the hills,
Cool.
um, over
Yeah, I
here
was
just because I
thinking
can't. Yeah.
a cabin in the woods to, to just leave your if you got another bike to leave your original bike, you
Oh
know.
yeah, no, that I don't. Yeah, I don't want to leave bikes and stuff lying around. I have a van in New York that it's like it's like I should have sold it when I was there, and then I tried to sell it when I left. And it's if you're not there, it's just really hard to sell it. Um, so it's yeah. I mean, I have a yeah. It's like a van. The seats fold flat. I've been using that sometime. I was going up and down the coast. I went to the Baba Center with that. Um, but now it's like just been sitting there for a couple of years. And the next time I go back there, I will try to sell it. But it's hard to like keep stuff. It's hard to keep stuff kind of left over there. It
Mm.
it, it often it often doesn't um, it doesn't work out. So that would be something to figure out. Yeah, if I switch to something other than the BMW, then that yeah that would be something to figure out. Yeah, if you stash that or keep that somewhere, or you just kind of sell it because if it's
I'm
if
kind
it's
of too much of a squirrel
yeah
myself, but I'm so glad that I didn't get rid of my Yami after I got the Buell um, um, because after I lost my car, um, I used the Yami for hauling groceries and um, even furniture. I'd bring furniture home on the Yamaha. So I'm really pleased to have both bikes, for the Buell to run around on and, just run around the uh, the locality, and the Yami for longer trips and heavy or bringing heavy stuff around, carrying stuff. Yeah. But anyway, that's me. Like I
that's
say,
pretty cool.
I'm a big squirrel.
I think I'm naturally a squirrel. So the bike, it's been an exercise to get rid of that tendency. It's like every time the cases get stuffed, it becomes such a hassle. Like I have to throw everything out that
Oh,
I'm not
what?
using like immediately. So even stuff that I would use in the future,
Uh-huh.
it
Uh-huh.
has to go. Like nothing can stay.
Uh-huh. You
So
you can't stash that in the public land somewhere?
I can, yeah. It's like I stash that
Oh, good.
and then sometimes I go back to that. Sometimes I can't get back to that.
Oh, hmm.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I told you, I had some stuff on Mount Shasta and I kind of put it there. And then I left for a few months and came back. And it's like half that stuff was gone. So somebody like found some of that stuff and
Uh-huh. Oh,
you
all
know,
right.
and
Yeah.
then and then sometimes when you start like animals sometimes like eat through the bags and stuff like that. So it's
Oh,
it's like
uh-huh.
yeah, I mean, sometimes stuff stays there and sometimes stuff is messed up or if it's closed sometimes you can get them but they're mildewed and who knows. But it works sometimes.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's kind of like the things that you really want to keep, like you got to keep on you, but you can't have that much. So the one thing that's hard for me to kind of let go of right now is this like ukulele slash guitar that I was learning on, but I wasn't using it enough. And then because you have to get in the rhythm of using it, which I could do, but then also that's a little bit hard to keep on the bike. So that went. The cooking stuff went because I've been eating more raw food, so the stove got stashed. Um,
Wow.
but I'm keeping my wood stove because that's something I want to have.
Uh-huh. How do you live without hot coffee? And oh,
I
you
guess
just go. You just
I'm
come to Starbucks or something.
I try to
So
I'm
spendy
just
though.
doing one smoothie. I'm just
Oh.
doing one smoothie. Yeah. And the Starbucks, I mean, I haven't gotten anything here yet. Because I was having matchas before at these Starbucks, but it's not raw. So I'm really trying to go raw. And the
Oh.
matcha doesn't fit in anymore. So it was nice, but we gotta, um, so I'm really just doing a blend. So hemp seeds, almond seeds, maybe carrots or something. Just a basic vegetable blend.
But that's so
So
spendy when you're other people are making it for you.
I don't let other people make it for me. I make
Oh,
it
you make it
myself.
yourself? Holy
Yes.
crow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the one thing I have on the bike is the blender. So it's this USB chargeable blender that's charging from the bike. It's able
Wow.
to blend that really well. So
Oh no.
and I do have to even that it's coming from the supermarket, I guess because it's organic, it has become more pricey than I wanted. So I have to, I mean, yeah, I have to conserve that somehow. Maybe we're going to go to sunflower seeds or something less expensive. Or what I did before one time is I ordered like a whole bunch of hemp seeds from Canada. I ordered, this was in 2018. I ordered like a whole case of these things at a discount. I mean, I can't do that now because I can't carry it around, but yeah, I will find
Wow.
some
Oh,
and
we're
serve
so
on it.
similar in that respect. Uh, I get 20-pound boxes of dried cherries and whatever my favorite, whatever my favorite is at the time, because it's so much cheaper than buying it by the pound.
All
But
right. And
mm,
I've come back to in the last few days where I was in 2018 diet wise. So I was on this basically raw vegan keto diet in 2018, one meal a day. In the past couple of days, I've come back to that. I'm trying to come back to that and hold it. Um, and in the meantime, like I've gone off, I went to India. I started eating everything, there, all that delicious food. I got totally thrown off. I did like the pranic stuff. I did all this fasting. And then like I rebounded. So I'm trying to like do it and hold it. Um, so that's kind of where this is. But yeah, let's meditate for
uh,
a little bit now. Because there's I have a before while it's in the morning today, I want to kind of do this running around and tie up a couple things, including um I'll just tell you about the sleeping situation. I've had really interesting luck with these air mattresses lately. So I've been sleeping without an air mattress and actually kind of getting used to that, which is good. Maybe I'll be able to get rid of the air mattress. But they just haven't been holding air. So you're getting holes in them. I got, warranty, it got delivered, it didn't even inflate. So we've been talking about, the stash in the hills up here. So I'm gonna do one other thing and I'm gonna go up to that stash and Sea to Summit needs to see pictures of the mattress. You have to put it underwater, probably go to the ocean, but see if there's any hole in it, and then you can get your I think potentially replacement to fix that. Um, but yeah, that's a stash, right? So you have to drive 22 minutes, up these windy mountains into the hills, which is really nice and less phone reception. Go into the woods, get that bag, find where that air mattress is, and take it. But that's you need to get something, you got to get something. So, um, but
I like those foam pads, like camping pads. I find those are enough to um, be able to say lay on a rock. But without them,
yeah,
it's like impossible to lay on the rock for any length of time.
I've used those before too. The Sea to Summit Etherlight XT is amazing.
Mm.
It's just that you, I mean, for a while, like I had two of them. It's like you have one, then you have your spare.
Oh,
And then at one point, both of them, went out. So it's like sometimes they can last for months, and then sometimes, if
oh,
you put it on anything with like a thorn or anything, like it's gone. Um,
oh, uh-huh.
yeah.
Oh, they're
So
partially inflatable or something?
they're fully inflatable, so they pack down really small,
Oh,
and then you
uh-huh.
get like this huge inflation. So it's as comfortable as a mattress. Like for me, it's as comfortable as a Tempur-Pedic, and it
Wow.
packs down really small. You get like 4 inches of air. So and it has like this pocket cushion setup. I couldn't recommend it more. I mean, I've taken it through India, I've taken them. everywhere. They replaced it when I was in India. Like they sent it from Nepal, like to India to like get it to me. So like the company is amazing.
Uh,
Um,
what's the company again? Y-
C2 Summit. So they'll replace it for your entire life. So like, and you can have that same mattress like your whole life. And every time it gets a hole in it, they'll keep replacing it.
oh, cool. Well,
Yeah.
C2,
C2 Summit.
C2 Summit, like
Yeah. So I
SEE or C,
S SEA SEA like
oh,
ocean.
oh, I
Yeah.
see. Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, so I couldn't recommend it more, and they've replaced those air mattresses like 5 times. And I've like when I was, I mean, I've like slept on them continuously even for like years. So, um, I couldn't recommend it more. I mean, when I was in Germany, I did a self repair like on the Rhine River. I put it underwater. I found the holes. They give you a patch kit. I patched it up. Those patches held for a few months. So usually you can get a few months or even a year of sleeping on it continuously, like every night. Um, but then they will either eventually get a hole, or if you don't have your tarp under it, or yeah, a thorn comes through, um, it will get a hole. But then they will either you can repair it or they'll replace the whole thing. Um, which I don't know another company that will do that. So and you're basically getting a brand new air mattress at that point, which is what happened. But just for whatever reason, what they sent it didn't work. So we have to adjust it. So let's meditate for a couple minutes.
You betcha. Sorry for
No, no, no. It's good to
derailing.
talk, and it wasn't a derail. It was meant to happen, meant to cover all that stuff. It's important to update, and I've been trying to make more of these kind of general update videos, either on what I'm doing with food or um, meditation practice, or how my thoughts or how I'm traveling is changing. I've been trying to like make videos even on those updates and put them on YouTube and Facebook as well. So I think I think that broader perspective and context and like kind of going through that journey, I feel is as important as the meditation, because if other people kind of want to join along in any of those aspects, um, either in meditation or the different exercises that I'm trying. I've been even going back to certain exercises now, as well as trying new ones. So, and I'm trying to like put some of those up too. So if like people want to kind of tag along with any of that, um, then I want that to happen. So I like got another camera like this Insta 360 camera, so we get motorcycle shots. Also, we get shots like the exercise, and I can like zoom in and stuff. And I'm trying to make some small clips of that. So I think it's like the context around all of it is um is as important, and or you could say is an integral part, along with the meditation or specific practice that's done together like this. So
Yeah, I was telling someone in an RD um, that the meditation we did last week was by the ocean with the wave sounds was wonderful.
I'm really glad to hear that. And that was really good feedback, and that inspired me to like continue to have that ocean soundtrack. If you didn't mention that, then like I would be enabling the active noise canceling, which would have taken all that out. And it was, because of that feedback that I'm using that more.
Yeah, somehow it being live was just like because there's thousands of CDs or whatever with waves, that that just don't seem as soothing as live ocean. I don't know. Or maybe it was just I was in the mood.
I think there's something about the ocean too, and it is. it is like particularly loud over there for some reason.
Oh,
It's like you're really getting the full, like I noticed it one there. I'm like, wow, these waves are loud. It's like, so it's, yeah, particularly dramatic, I would say. Um, so we'll just do a small technique here that I've come back to. So when I was doing the chronic nourishment, so doing this fasting, trying to get more energy, um, I was using this technique, and I've been like using it again now because I'm doing the chronic, but I'm doing it very slowly, so I'm not just completely going off food right away. But I've come back to this technique. Um, I like it. It's a variation on a much more complicated way to do it. This is a simpler way to do it, and I found it to be really good for stimulating the energy. Um, it's a variation of the microcosmic orbit, which is a circulation of energy current through the body. And this current essentially essentially circulates from the what's known as the dantian, which is an area an inch or two below the navel. And then it goes down to the base, the root. Then it goes up the spine, all the way up the spine to the crown chakra, down to the third eye, down to the throat chakra, down to the heart, solar plexus, and then back into the dantian where the energy is stored 2 inches below the navel. And then the cycle repeats. Um, this is a simplified way to do it. I find it being an easier way to do it, and I find the energy circulation really good because of one additional component in this variation. That additional component is a squeeze of the area in the root, kind of between the groin and the anus. So it's the muscles in between those, in between, like kind of down there in between that area. So you squeeze that in part of the cycle, and that increases the energy flow. Um, so we can start by squeezing that area a few times just to kind of get into the habit of that. And then when we do the cycle, we'll the cycle will basically start at the dantian on the in-breath, move down to that area, and this is all still on the in-breath. Then we'll be squeezing that and then moving the energy from there into the base of the spine, flowing it all the way up the base of the spine to the crown. And from the crown, get this. From the crown, it will flow down. So I think, yeah, so it's going to be, yeah, in breath, and then we'll go from on the in breath, we're going to make our way all the way around and up. So on the in breath, it'll be from the dantian to that area in the root where we're squeezing, up to the base of the spine, up the base of the spine to the crown, and then to the third eye. And then on the out breath, we'll be going from the third eye to the throat chakra, through the heart chakra, and back down to the dantian where we're storing the energy. And that's one cycle, and then the cycle will repeat. And I mean, this is something that increases the energy flow and will wake us up a bit. So we'll start our in-breath. So dantian to that area in between the groin and the anus. So it's the muscles in between there. We're squeezing them on the in-breath. Imagining that energy going into the base of the spine, going up, 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 up to the crown chakra, to the third eye. And that's all the in-breath. Now in the out breath, we're going down from the third eye through the throat chakra, through the heart chakra, and then storing the energy of that cycle back in the Dantian, 2 inches below the navel. So, did I explain that clearly? Were you able to kind of follow that cycle?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that area between the anus and genitals is called the perineum.
That's so yeah, that's what I have heard it called. So yeah, that would be that area. And that squeeze in this variation makes it more effective than other ways I've done it. So yeah, all right. So let's go for it. We'll do 10 cycles of this. Um, and then we'll call it a morning. So let's go for it. And I really like to, really have it like hitting the crown chakra, and you can feel that expansion. Third eye, go back down, up, squeeze, up. Time, feel that energy building. 2 more times. And now that we've done that, feel very refreshed, we can rest for a moment, feeling the energy that we've circulated. So when you're ready, we can slowly open our eyes. Um, how was that for you?
Nice to do that again. I must say I enjoyed it. We used to do that a lot years ago. Called it the Ouroboros, and
Okay.
the image of a snake um, circulating, a snake of energy, a snake that bites its own tail, holds on to its own tail in its mouth. Yeah. Um, and it was nice to recall those memories. Yeah. And I think the Dantian translates as the Sea of Chi.
Hmm.
It's beautiful like that. And that just a little point in your lower belly is an ocean of chi. It's kind of neat. Yeah. So thanks, Jonah.
Okay, so we'll part for now. And yeah, any other ideas on the motorcycle? Send me that video was super cool too, watching those two guys.
Yeah, they're entertaining. Yeah,
Yeah, inspiring. I'm gonna make some motorcycle content too and kind of mix that with the meditation.
yeah, cool.
Um,
Oh, cool. Yeah,
yeah,
and um, yeah, they're sweethearts, kind of like they're they're Jesus people too, I think, or
I know they
the
read a
main
quote at the
guy.
end. I
Yeah,
thought
the
that was
main
cool.
guy. Yeah, which is cool. Yeah.
Okay, so have a great week.
Right back at you, only double, Jonah.